On this episode for Chumps, we're talking about the NBA trade deadline. Okay, so going right into our NBA trade deadline discussion, we're staying in the Eastern Conference. The Miami Heat, I just said, scare me to death. And they scare me to death because if you're looking at it, the Heat would play the Raptors today. Playoffs started today.
Yeah, first round.
And you're looking at starting five if Bosh didn't get hurt. Of Goran Dragic, all right? Wade, all right?
Luol Deng.
Luol Deng, scary guy. And then Bosh, and then Whiteside out of nowhere who could average 20 and 10 at being blocks. That would be the worst nightmare for Toronto, a team
that's like
that hasn't won a series since 2002. Like, that's scary. That scares me so much. And, awful, again, to say you celebrated when somebody got hurt. But when I heard Bosh was hurt, I sort of... and you know what? He left the Raptors anyway, so
I don't know if Bosh is that type of player anymore.
But he's been doing all right. But I think he rounds out that starting five. And if Wade was healthy,
honestly,
I'm just shivering at that team. I am scared.
Honestly, that whole offense depends on Bosh playing that four on the outside.
It really does.
Because if they don't have space,
stretch four.
They don't have space. They don't got much. D-Wade can't.
Yeah.
I know D-Wade, that's my boy, but...
Yeah, your boy. You'll be wearing his jersey.
If he's healthy...
One of these episodes when it's warmer.
If he's healthy, the Heat could probably go to the finals. If Wade's healthy.
Yeah, if there wasn't a knee issue. Because he is that explosive type.
He's still got that jump in his...
Yeah. Now, here with Miami, they trade away 3 first-round draft picks. Are they ever going to... They're gonna draft anybody? Are they ever gonna take anybody? They're gonna throw themselves off the deep end almost. But Pat Riley's like the Godfather.
He thinks it's now or never right now, though.
I think. Well, he's probably right.
Wade's only got a year or 2 left in him.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Unless he stays out for a year.
That's why LeBron left, because I guess he saw, or LeBron's just selfish. He doesn't just stick with a team.
LeBron just wanted to go back home, I think.
Wasn't I telling you that? Last April? Signed, sealed, delivered. LeBron, Cleveland. We talk about these things in our spare time.
We shouldn't, but we do.
It's good no lives.
But Heat, I don't know about Dragic though. I know.
Yeah, he's on most improved player, and I don't know what to read into that. Most improved means you were awful at one point, or not.
Yeah, awful last season. Last season was good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, in Phoenix, what's Phoenix?
Oh God, what's their deal?
So did they have Isaiah Thomas too?
Yeah,
they just traded to Boston.
Yeah.
So 2 first-round picks for Isaiah Thomas, 3 first-round picks for Dragic, and they got Cole and Norris Cole and somebody else. But anyway, so that's 5 first-round picks, and then they already got Gerald Green.
Yeah.
Right. They got Len.
They took
Bledsoe. Second. They got Bledsoe. What's their? I don't know what they do here.
What's the Canadian point guard they just drafted?
Oh, Tyler Ennis out of Syracuse.
He's getting lots of playing time because of that trade.
Yeah. So what is?
What's their
Phoenix
deal?
Is almost like
Hornacek.
Yeah.
Unreal coach. He must be one of the top coaches in the NBA.
And it's Phoenix. You look. If you're not looking at the highlights every night, you're not looking at the standings. It seems like they're winning all these games, and that's why the Pelicans can't climb up or even the Thunder. I don't know who's in the 8th spot now. I can look, but I mean, the West is so good.
Is OKC in the 8th spot? No, 7th.
Probably
7th spot-ish.
Well, then who would it drop? Because there was 3 teams. The top 10 are elite.
Oh God.
Elite is what. So it's It's wild. And that's going to lead right into NBA realignment. Are you, Devon, in favor of just taking the top 16 teams and just
splitting them up,
dissolving East, West? Don't need them. Top 30. Or how would you do it? If you want it changed, what would you to make it different?
Honestly, like every sport should be the top 16 teams.
The best teams make it. Is that what? Yeah.
Because honestly, right now it'd be what, top 12 teams in the West.
Oh, I don't think it's that high. It's at least 10. It's at least 10.
But
yeah.
I was looking at some possible realignments today.
Yeah.
And there are some really bad ones. Like there's only what, the Miami division. That's the only one that wouldn't change. Because they're all close. There's Orlando, Miami, Charlotte's there.
Yeah.
What else is it? Wizards, but I don't think Wizards would be there.
No. Yeah. Yeah, the Miami division. Wizards are, so Atlanta's the top, Washington.
Yeah,
Miami
Atlanta
third. Charlotte's 2 games back.
That's
1.5 games back in Orlando. Right.
But honestly, the West teams are always so good. And
it is
just
climb in. And it's weird because it's not just an NBA thing with the West. For years, the NHL, the West has been better.
Yeah.
And the CFL,
the West has been better.
The West is for years has always been better. So it almost seems like, even though there's more teams sometimes in the East, it's like the West always just has a.
I don't know. It's weird because
it is a weird thing.
It shouldn't be just because they're in the West. It should just...
No, there shouldn't be... Well, and to be fair, I guess, and when I was watching a First Take about it, there were times when the East, in the 90s, was strong. Like where you had Bad Boy Pistons and the early Bulls teams, and the Knicks,
but you
and
still
Pacers,
had LA.
And Philly, and but Boston, but you had LA playing...
But still,
Houston or whoever. Yeah. Portland.
You still had good teams everywhere.
I got a proposal. You keep the conferences the way they are.
Okay.
Alright? And this is where another CFL thing comes in place. Crossover. Why don't you just cross over? Travel is going to be the answer. Probably travel. But let's say...
But if you do
let's say you got 2 teams better.
1-1.
3... Oh, well, that's stupid anyway.
I know, but that would save the travel time.
That would.
Be 3 home games and then 2 away.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, they go 3-2.
But why not have... I was still looking. I still haven't found it. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, OKC's in the 8th.
Yeah.
New Orleans 9th. Oh, 2.5 games back of OKC now. And then Phoenix is 3 games back. So they're on a bit of a slide. And then the last 5 teams in the West are
Phoenix, though, that's
way
one
below.
team. Because they didn't make it last year and they had 50 wins.
And that's not good. That instead of... Didn't the Knicks make the playoffs last year? Mm-hmm. Case in point. Because the Knicks were trash. They had fat Raymond Felton. But they had Carmelo's, shooting 50 shots a game.
But it is Melo. He's the offensive. He's like a Kobe. He can do work.
Somehow Atlanta made the playoffs and took Indiana to 7 games because Roy Hibbert couldn't rebound with a single thing.
But I don't know about the alignment. It's
Do you want to have, and this is where it would get weird. Let's say a West team crossover. Let's say you take your top 16.
Yeah.
And then you're getting in the finals, or the NBA, is it the finals or the final? In the NHL, it's the Stanley Cup final. NBA finals.
It's just the finals.
Just the finals.
Yeah.
You could have, let's say, Golden State will play Portland, let's say.
Yeah.
In the NBA finals. Do you like the sort of traditional East versus West, where you got Boston going to Los Angeles and then they drive all the way back? Do you like that sort of thing? Do you think it's, or do you think it's important? You know what? I used to have that similar thing. It's nice to have tradition.
Yeah.
But you also want to see the 2 teams
the 2
earn
best
it,
teams.
and the 2 best teams.
Yeah.
Isn't that how that should be the way it works?
Best teams. So honestly, sometimes you get the West Finals and they're unreal.
Unreal, and you're looking.
And then you go to the finals like last year in Miami and.
Yeah, you were waiting for. It wasn't good, and you know what? This year's playoffs, this is shaping up to be the most exciting NBA playoffs for decades.
I don't know.
Because you could say OKC, let's say OKC plays Golden State in the first round. Oh my God, is that? If Durant's healthy, we're talking about an all-time great series. That's the first round where the 8 could beat the 1 and San Antonio could beat the 2. Whoever's the 2 right now, and the 6 could beat the 3 and the 5 could beat the 4. It's like the NHL.
Yeah, they could switch out.
That's really what
From
you want.
From 1 to 8, there's really nothing.
And basketball, I mean, you can count on one hand how many times a 1, 2, or 3 seed even have been upset in the first round. Like you're talking, I think the only one I can remember
Memphis
the 1 seed.
San Antonio.
That's one of them.
Ago.
Yeah. You were watching
that.
You watched a lot of that series. You were telling me all the time. But even Dallas lost to Golden State one year. It was the same year Dirk won MVP.
Oh yeah.
They lost in like 7 in Golden State.
Well, last year was it San Antonio number 1, and Dallas took them to 7 games.
Yeah, San Antonio was 1 or 2.
And
Dallas took him. Vince Carter couldn't hit a shot. No 2. Hits that one. Come on, come on, kids. I was 4 years old and I was still rattled. I was not watching the game at all.
That was funny. I was in my mom's belly.
I was in the womb. I was like, oh my God, Vince, you've already quit on us.
I was recording the game.
I don't know if they should ever forgive that guy.
They have. Last year they had all the big.
But
I watched that game.
Are they going to retire his number?
They have to.
Maybe they have. He's in Toronto sports. He's been the only superstar they've had in any sport for the last 20 years. Only superstar. Vince Carter. That's amazing.
I wouldn't say he's a superstar.
You wouldn't say at the time of Vince sanity he wasn't.
Nope.
Wasn't a superstar.
Nope.
No, he was just
another guy.
Just another guy.
Just another guy.
I think in a parallel universe. In a parallel universe, Vince Carter could have been Kobe Bryant. He really think about Vince back in the day.
More athleticism, but I don't think he was the Kobe Bryant.
Let's say, all right.
Okay.
Vince gets traded to the Lakers in 1996.
Okay.
I don't even know if Vince is in the league this time.
No.
Kobe gets drafted to Toronto.
Yeah.
And let's say Los Angeles, Shaq, we're going to take you from Orlando. Let's say Vince Carter is in Kobe Bryant's shoes in 2000 on.
Okay.
What changes? Do you think they're still... You're going to take your three-peat?
I would take the three-peat.
You don't think Vince wins in 08,
Shaq
10?
Leaves?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lakers could have won in 04 and 05 still.
I don't know.
They lost to the Pistons. They had
lost
Karl
back to
Malone.
the
They had an
Lakers.
ancient Karl Malone and Gary Payton. Ancient team.
In 08 and 07, you said, right?
08, they lose to Boston.
Yeah, and then they
beat
won
the Magic. 2010.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I don't think he would have won those years because he would already be done basically. He was in his
I would tend to agree actually.
Because when
my point being, maybe I think at the primes
is what he's.
I think you could make a case that they were almost.
Where did Raptors trade him again? Was it Mavericks or did he go there after?
No, New Jersey Nets. New Jersey
Nets?
He
played a couple. Did he with Jason Kidd? He played a couple years.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe not
they
that
beat the
finals.
Raptors in the playoffs.
Yeah, they did in 07 with Sam Mitchell as the coach and CB4.
Yeah, and then he was because when he was with Dallas and Phoenix, that was.
He was in Phoenix.
Yeah, for like a year.
That proves he's had sort of a rebirth. Almost. He's found a little spot where he's just a guy, but at least he's.
No, he was with Orlando. Never mind.
Orlando,
Phoenix.
Yeah, Orlando.
Because then they traded Jay Rich for him.
Jay Rich, Jason
That used to be my boy.
Yeah.
He was in Phoenix though, not
I remember
State.
because I was watching Orlando versus Cleveland with LeBron on NBA TV or something. It was one of the classic games. And Jay Rich was just money, hitting all these shots. I think it was like Game 4 or Game 5. And he was just money and JJ Redick, all those boys.
Yeah.
It was just awesome.
That's Sweeney's favorite player, JJ.
JJ Redick?
Yeah, he's
that
a Duke boy though.
Smooth shot.
He's a Duke boy.
You know, if you're gonna look at a shot to like as a kid, let's say I'm out in the backyard.
Just say I'm a Steve Nash.
Yeah. Oh, Steve Nash. Oh.
Yeah.
You can tell. I don't model my looks after Steve Nash.
Yeah,
wait, maybe I do. With the long hair.
I stole my shot from Rory. I stole Rory's shot.
Hey, come on. Alright. You want to cut it there? Probably. That was probably a good little chat.
That's a longer one. That was all one, right?
Well, there was one, too.
You could do NBA realignment, and what was the first one we did? Trade deadline?
Well, that was sort of...
So how many have we done now?
3.
Well, we've done 2. I wouldn't mind keeping the realignment trade deadline, because that's... I did a nice little segue.
You can stop the recording and then restart it after. Just give us a little break.
Actually, I like the idea of stopping recording.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I have to just
you have to
find the
it,
cuts in this huge
Was
video
my phone
file.
recording that whole time? It's like hot. This was in my pocket.
Oh, jeez.
You were recording?
Yeah.
You're gonna boil your